Oh man, we love him. Kip Moore in the studio with us. What's up, man? Good to see you. Got the head. Last time we saw you was at the Opry, and I think you just had shaved.
Yeah, I just gotten back from a surf trip where I did it. So
and like I didn't even recognize you, like because I would see you a lot.
Yeah.
And you always have the long flowing locks, and then like you walk out on stage. I'm like, all right, well, we're supposed to bring up Kip Moore.
I don't know who this guy.
I don't know where he is. And then I looked, and I really looked and went, oh my gosh, it's you. Like it's almost if you ever wanted to go incognito.
That's your move.
That's it. I mean, so you could put a wig on.
I've been around a few friends where I've just been kind of standing there, and I can tell that they don't know for a minute. Then they finally,
Yeah, it's weird, man.
So,
I mean, in a good way. I mean, you're a handsome guy, but I'm just saying.
Bob's got to go.
I had to go. I did. I had to go
in a good way. I mean
that. But it's just like when you get so used to seeing someone, because you had the long hair for several years.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 years for sure.
And it was something that once you get used to seeing somebody a certain
gets
way.
way too excited when people cut their hair,
or like when they shave off their mustache or beard.
Gets way too excited.
I do. Nothing wrong with that.
In other news,
I pay attention.
In other news, you're digging my police car.
I am. I pulled up. I said 100% Big D. This is it.
Yeah, that's you tried to guess which one.
I didn't. No, I was trying. I wanted to guess who was driving what, and then there was too many cars that looked similar, and then that one stuck out, and I said 100%.
Well, it's either that or my Chevelle. So it's going to be one or the other. You just never know what day.
When did you get that? When did you get that?
So
are you trying to pull people over? Like,
no, I'm not. No,
don't
even start that.
I would freak out.
Don't even start that. So my bud, he's like,
it's
dude,
not my weed. Anyway,
he's like, that's not my weed.
I'm
holding it for him.
These are someone else's pants.
These are not my pants. Yeah. So my buddy's
not
like,
my chocolates either. Go ahead.
He's been buying these cop cars for years, and he's like, dude, you've got to get one. I get them from this. It's a father and son team who are state troopers and Florida state troopers, but they do this on the side and have for like 15 or 20 years. He goes, first off, mine's a Tahoe. It's a PPV, police pursuit vehicle Tahoe. They're made off two completely different lines of manufacturing. It's lowered. It's the biggest engine. It's got the robust suspension, robust air conditioning. You can let it run
Here's
forever.
my question, though, with you talking like this about all the stuff it's got and the way it looks.
It's menacing.
How is it legal for you to drive around in that thing?
Well, I don't have any lights. Okay, there's no lights. All the lights have been taken out.
Except for the little light on the
spotlight.
window.
You got those side things. It's total cop car. I mean, like.
Yeah, the little light. Those don't work. I only put those in there because they left holes
I
in
bet
it.
you scared quite a few people.
Everybody. If
out
I'm
windows,
running
like,
down the road.
You ever been on the highway in the left lane and there's a guy in the left lane who won't pull over? He doesn't have that problem.
They all move out of the way.
They all move out of the way for him.
I just set the cruise control at 90 and just stay in the left lane. And I'll flash my high beams out. And
even the
out
cops like move out of the way for him.
Cops wave at me all the time. I'm like, hey, what up? I got blue sunglasses.
It also works because he looks like a cop, doesn't he?
Yeah, you're never going to get pulled over in that thing.
Oh, no.
It's not happening.
No, I'm telling you that they wave. Cops wave at me because they think I'm just.
You're on to something.
I'm just the
I'm
fat
going to buy one
cop.
today.
Dude,
Kip Morris.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
15 grand.
one
I got it for
right now.
15 grand.
Yeah.
15 grand. It's the best buy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Is that the best car you've ever owned, like everyday driver?
No, my Rover was the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it
Calm
wasn't.
down.
It wasn't 15 grand.
And nobody moved out of the way
Nobody
for
moved
that.
out of the way for you.
No, they got him my way. All right, enough about it. All right, Kip Moore's with us. We're going to talk new album, song, and all that coming up with Kip Moore. Hang on. Hey, Kip Moore in studio with us. The new album called "Damn Love," and that's also the name of the new song. What's up with this song, "Damn Love"? Is this the one? Did you do this at the Opry when we were there?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. I've purposely held off from playing these songs. I mean, I just did. I was doing my first part of my world tour. We were in Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, and I was playing it there. But that was the first time that I'd kind of.
Oh, how was that?
Dude, did you plan that around surfing? I mean, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa.
Yes.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I do. I definitely like to do that time of year for sure. It was truly a mind-blowing experience. I could go on and on about it and the crazy way that it all happened with South Africa. You know, the guy's been trying to get me to come play there for 2 years, the promoter. He runs the biggest station in Cape Town, which is the biggest station in South Africa, and he owns it outright.
And it's a country station?
No, it's a pop rock station.
Okay.
So he answers to no one. And artist, I know.
I love this.
Yeah, he answers to no one, and it was us having coffee because I couldn't understand. I was like, how have my streams gone through the roof? And because we've seen it, but for the longest time, I thought when he was calling us, I was like, I'm going to show up. There's going to be 200 people. Because he kept saying, we're going to put him in the arena. And I was like, in the arena? I've never even been over there. And he says, I'm telling you, this thing has exploded over here. He kept telling my manager. So anyways, we sit down for coffee, and he says, well, the way it happened is someone brought over the Wild Ones record, which was my second record, which didn't have a lot of commercial success following Up All Night, but it was the biggest galvanizing fan base record of all the records. So someone brought over that record and played him Heart's Desire, and it was another Africana artist. It was like, you got to hear this. So he heard Heart's Desire, freaked out over it, fell in love with it. He said he just kept playing it at his house. He was just like, man, I was obsessed with it. So he threw it on the air like a few days later, and he says that all of a sudden my phone started going nuts. So then he played it in the main rotation for the whole next week, and he says it was just a constant onslaught of calls of who is this? So then he got my whole catalog and started throwing on all my B-sides and cuts.
Oh, wow.
And that's the cool thing is it's not about, well, this is the single out. And it was like he was just pulling album cuts.
Just his favorite songs.
And he said they all just started rocking to the top of his charts. He said at one time he had 10 of my tracks on his main chart. And so we're hearing this. So then I finally was like, all right, let's throw one up on sale. If this guy's full of it, like we only sell 1,000 tickets in the first day, maybe we need to pull out of it because we're going into a 10,000-seat arena in Cape Town. So it sells out in 7 minutes.
What?
And then we throw up a second night on a Sunday night. It sells out. So then Johannesburg calls, and then they're like, we want to put him in the football stadium. And I was like, this is getting
like
silly.
the soccer stadium.
Yes, in so in Pretoria. And so anyways, so then that sold 30,000, and that was a full house.
What?
So it was just like the wildest thing. So now,
So I already know what you guys may not know is that Kip Moore might be the biggest country star in England. Like I saw you play in England twice. Like they love Kip Moore. It is crazy. Not that people don't love you here, but like it was just.
But it's like on a different level.
But let's be real, it is more affection.
No, it was just they go, well, who's your favorite? Oh, Kip Moore. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And then after like the fifth or sixth person told me, I'm like, y'all really did Kip Moore? And then the reaction to you when I was at C2C was bigger than everybody else there.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, so now you're telling me you're also huge in South Africa.
It's wild, man. I don't think I've ever felt anything like that in my whole career.
Even more
it was
than
even
England.
like just walking down the streets. It was crazy, man.
Wow.
It was just
That's so cool, man.
It was wild, man. It was beautiful. They were so warm, and even like going out, like if I'd be at a restaurant, they were so loving. It wasn't like this.
They would
aggressive-
recognize you in
Oh,
South
man,
Africa
it was-
going to restaurants.
So
it
you're going to
was-
start playing there regularly now. I mean, if you can sell
Oh.
10,000 tickets in 7 minutes, that's
We're
worth the flight.
we're already planning to hopefully
Buy a house.
try to the next. I know. No, I'm
little
actually looking at that
chalet.
too. The dollar goes a long
Dude,
ways.
read
there.
the Jack Carr books. You'll fall in love with it.
So we're looking to try to play the football stadium in Cape Town next time. So it's like a 50,000-60,000 seater. So that's what
You know
we're
who you
gonna
are?
go for.
You are like the world's most interesting man. You know
Yeah.
those commercials? That's you. Like you surf. You're attractive. You are in shape.
He lived in a
you
hut in
can
Hawaii.
Sing. You.
Yeah, he just- and he's huge in South Africa. Like, how many people can
And
say
in
that?
Jamaica.
Oh, yeah. He's huge in Jamaica, too.
Jamaica is actually. No,
Oh yeah,
I
we're
know
doing
that's
that.
an inside joke
That's
between
an
the two
inside
of you
joke
guys.
between us.
Yeah.
I've
But-
told
I
that
forgot
story
about
too
that.
many times.
Is that you guys in the hot tub together?
Yeah.
And the girls come over?
Oh,
And they
yeah.
only came over there because he was
Oh,
there,
yeah,
not
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
I just told your story.
But that's the beautiful thing is that also Jamaica loves country music.
Yeah, they do.
That's so great.
It was the best.
Patrick,
man.
where you're like, man, why are these hot girls coming over here?
No, I knew. I was in the hot tub by myself, okay? And there were these girls in the pool. There was like 20 of them. Like, it was late at night, and none of them coming in the hot tub. Kip comes, sits in the hot tub. We were sitting there talking for like a half an hour.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then the girls realized Kip was, and one by one, it was like two,
a little
and then
parade.
two more. And then once they were, and then there was 20 of them. There were 20 chicks sitting in this hot tub. With and I'm like, and I'm looking around, it's just me and Kip and 20 girls. And I went, they are not here for me. None of these women gave a crap about this hot tub when I was sitting here by myself.
He asked to go on tour after that. After that night.
I'm like, can I just hang around?
Man, you should move to
all the
South
time?
Africa. You have fun. All right, Kip Moore is with us. We're going back. All right, we're going to play the song. You want to do it now, Bubba?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's called Damn Love. It is new stuff from Kip Moore. Kip Moore in the studio with us. The new album called Damn Love, and the new song is Damn Love as well. So make sure you check him out and follow him on all the social medias. Not that he's really a big fan of social medias, but I don't think. Are you?
No.
No, I didn't. I knew the answer.
No, if I wasn't doing music, I'd be off altogether.
Yeah, I get you. So you're telling us a story. What was this now?
Well, I was just saying, like, it was what was really, to me, like a really beautiful thing about the whole South Africa thing, and we just got done talking about some of that, was back in November of last year, so we're talking, 5 months ago, I'm sitting around with my management, and they're like, we're talking about this record coming out. They're like, what are your goals for the next 3-4 years? I've got kind of a new management team, and I looked at them and I said, guys, I'm as driven or more driven than as I've ever been. This is all encompassing for me, just like it always has been. I wake up every single day and I write. This is all I want to do. And I said, but I no longer make goals in this business because the first 5 or 6 years, I don't think I enjoyed any part of my career because I was such a nut job, and I was always constantly writing and constantly thinking about the next step and how do I make the train keep going, because I don't want to go back to doing what I was doing. It was all like trying to preserve and hold on to what I had. So I was never present in any part of my life. It was all just a blur. And these last 2 or 3 years, I have found this place of, man, I'm just loving the heck out of what I do. And I look around on stage and I'm present. I'm like, man, we are rocking right now. And so I said, I don't want to make any goals because music is so subjective. And not only that, it's so political. I said, I don't want to think about awards. I don't want to think about this and that because I know that a lot of those things are so far out of my hands. So I said, but I'm still trying to get this thing. I said, I got one goal though. If it's called a goal, I said, I know the band's good enough and the music is built for it. And I said, one day I want to headline a football stadium. And I know that's like, how many artists get to actually headline a football stadium in their career?
Count them on both hands.
So I just, it was still felt like a pipe dream. But I said, but one day I'm gonna figure this out. That was November. We get the call. I'm in Maui. I just got into Maui to take my surf break, and this is like January 2nd. And my manager Gaines calls me and says, so the arena sold out in 7 minutes. They're gonna put night 2 on sale, and then the next day he calls me and says, now that's sold out. And he says, we're going to try to play the football stadium in Pretoria. You're talking about a month and a half later after
you
I've
guys
gone
had
my
the
whole
talk.
career. And sure enough, it was like 30,000 tickets. Boom.
You spoke it into existence.
It was the wildest thing to me. So
That's so cool.
yeah, and I had that moment like you asked me, do you ever have that moment? And I was just kind of, there was no nerves. I was like, I'm ready for this. Like this is, walking out, I was like, we're about to slay this place. And we did. We struck a match and lit that place on fire. But it was like, but there was a moment when everyone was singing, because I told the label, sitting in that room, I said, this song is a hit record. What are we doing? This is a hit record. Like, well, it doesn't quite fit on, it's a little, it sounds like an old rock and roll record or this and that or yada, yada. I said, this will work. And that was the proof in the pudding, because that song is so massive over there. It just needed a chance to get heard.
That's right.
And it was deafening. And I just sat back, and I just didn't even sing after the second half of the song. I sat back, and I just let the crowd take it, and I was just sitting there on the amp.
Bubba hates it.
Bubba hates when y'all do that.
How did I get there?
I just
How did
want to
get
make
here?
a plea to you, Kip Moore, and to all country singers who might be listening right now. Please, I paid to see you sing. I paid to hear you. I don't want to hear the people around
Look,
me.
I've been waiting on that moment, man. I said, I got to soak this in right here.
But that's
I got to
selfish.
soak it in,
You
man.
didn't pay for that one.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, he's here
Actually,
now for
he
you.
did.
He'll
he
sing
did-
for you right now.
Actually, he did pay for that. You had the whole career of paying your dues to get to
Yeah.
that.
That's
Oh, man.
awesome.
I
Man,
just-
congrats. That's so huge. It's so good to see you.
I appreciate it,
You seem
man.
like you are I don't
Happy,
know.
man.
You seem reborn, kind of.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I feel good. I'm just not. I think I finally got out of my way of letting go of things that I can't control in this political atmosphere.
It'll drive
of
you
the
nuts.
business.
It'll drive
Yeah.
you nuts. How come that person? Why not me?
Yeah.
Why did there? Who is that? What did?
Yeah.
It's the what's the saying?
Comparison is a thief of joy. And
Yeah.
seriously, if you sit there and you look at somebody's Instagram and you go, "Oh, I wish that was my life." Remember, that's only the highlights. And number two, they're only putting the stuff up there that they want you to see. That you don't see the drama in their lives as well. You don't see the heartbreak and the hurt and the pain. Nobody shows you that. So it's important to remember that the people that you see, whether they're in entertainment or they're your friends, the stuff that is online is not real.
Yeah.
So don't fall into that trap.
Yeah, they probably have like nail fungus too. They don't ever show you that.
Yeah, no,
you know,
no one
you
ever
don't see
shows
that. Yeah, but 100% they have nail fungus. Kip, it's good to see you.
Good to
That
see
was
y'all too,
random.
man.
It's good to see you.
This is one of my y'all were one of my first stops ever back in the day when I was first
Is that right?
releasing Mayor's Mankind. Probably my third radio stop.
Wow.
Yeah. So I remember it very vividly.
It was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah. Pretty terrible.
Kip Moore, everyone. Check out the new album. It's called Damn Love, and the new song as well, named Damn Love. Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
You know what to do.